Today we are going to take a sneak peek into VANS's first pair of sneakers. Stay tuned.
I give you sneakers.
These are VANS Authentic, also known as Style 44, and they do look like a piece of history. See for yourself. Okay, if you want to find out more about VANS's history, I have highlighted the key moments during their rise to success in our previous VANS episode, and you can watch it here. Also, you can find the link in the description. Now, focusing on this pair's history, we have to know that they were born shortly after the Van Doren Rubber Company was registered in 1966 and were the company's first shoes into production, known back then as the numbered 44 deck shoes or Style 44 and now as the Authentic. They look kind of similar to the ones today but use different materials, a heavyweight drill upper and the all-important waffle sole, and had Van logo in the back opposed to the current VANS one. That is a quirky detail. Now, fast forwarding a couple of years, in the 70s, as skateboarding began to blow up, skaters were spotted all over Southern California wearing the Style 44, as these sneakers quickly became the shoes of choice amongst those in the skateboarding cult. They were the brand's bestseller until 2005, and it remains high-ranking thanks to its simplicity and durability, and the same hallmarks that made it popular in the late 60s. Of course, they now face a lot of competition inside their own brand and from other brands as well, but let's break this down and start by discussing appearance. Color-wise, you can grab the basic Authentic model from which these are derived in so many color schemes that fit any style or preference, and from this standpoint it's hard to complain. But of course, these are the Anaheim Factory Edition, that is an entire collection released by VANS to pay tribute to over 50 years of their design history, and is composed of a pack of classic silhouettes that draws inspiration from the original footwear produced in their factory in Anaheim, California, and that blows away their basic appearance for a more wacky patterned and colored ones. And on top of the paint job difference, the Anaheim version also features some slight build differences, but more on that in just a bit when we'll discuss materials and build quality. Back to their looks, these feature an all-yellow upper with a handful of black eyes staring back at you from everywhere, composing a pattern of so-called moon eyes, with moon-equipped text on each pair. Basically, this is a collab between VANS and Mooneye USA Incorporated, that is a California-based company that produces and sells hot rods parts with a history of more than 70 years. On top of the already extensive array of colorways that the Anaheim Factory Edition adds to the standard ones, the Mooneye collab also adds to all of that a series of 3 colorways. On top of these black and yellow, these also come in a black and white and red and black alternates. Now, the shade of yellow of this version that I have with me today may not be as you see it online in some places, because these are more towards a darker shade of yellow, not a light bright one. I was also kind of fooled before I got my hands on them. They look nicer when you hold them. The laces, together with the foxing tape and the insole heel tab, are a deviation from white towards yellow, called off-white, and the rest of the whole interior sits in light tan. Also, this foxing tape surrounding the shoe sits in a slightly glossy finish. Branding-wise, we can spot no jazz stripe on these, as that one was introduced on VANS shoes starting with the 1977 models, the first pair to wear it being the Style 36 or old schools as we know them today, but we can spot the usual VANS tag sitting on one side just under the eyelets, another VANS logo on the heel tab on the interior of the shoes, another one on the interior of the tongue, followed by the since 1966 text and Style 44 model name, and the last piece of branding sits in the heel area as the famous VANS off-the-wall license plate in red and white. To wrap up the design, let's not forget the waffle pattern outsole that is light brown. Now, materials wise, the whole upper as well as the whole interior is of course made of canvas, and with the exception of the glued insole, these sneakers lack any cushioning whatsoever. The insole is thick and glued to the midsole, so non-removable, but sliding my finger through, I can feel that it is thick and features a medium softness Artolite foam. The foxing tape surrounding the shoe is made from rubber as well as the outsole, that is pretty grippy, I might say. today. Now, because I have promised to highlight the material differences between a classic pair of Authentics and this Anaheim factory version, I will now cover those. First of all, the Foxing tape color is off-white opposed to the basics all-white. This one also features a bigger overlapping in the back and also a higher overlapping over the upper canvas. Also in the back, we can spot a white canvas overlay stitched on top of the exact place where the upper pieces come together. Here, the regular Authentics have only the uppers coming together exposed. Also, the whole midsole is higher than the regular VANS. And almost all of the Anaheim series VANS have a unique type of ultra cush insole that we have just covered, giving you a bit of a more comfortable experience compared to the regular models. Now, moving on to the features of these sneakers, I would like to start with the durability aspect. Of course, canvas is durable, but to what extent? We have seen a lot of ripped uppers out there because yes, you shouldn't expect these sneakers to last forever, and there is really nothing you can do to avoid this issue. Maybe not wearing them? On the bright side, canvas material is well known for being breathable and lightweight and can also offer some protection to your feet. But if you plan to skate in this, and most of you will, unfortunately we have to name names. These do not offer any protection against your board hitting your feet, not even in the front during ollies, on the sides or your ankle area that is completely exposed. There is a bit of reinforcement in the heel area achieved by double layering and offering support for the back foot, but I won't put my money on it to protect you against anything. Doing tricks extensively will ruin these fast, as these stitches and the upper will start falling apart from your first couple of sessions. Also, because no sidewall stitching ever came close to the silhouette, premature sole separation can and probably will occur in the places where the shoe bends a lot. On the bright side, the vulcanized sole contributes to the overall durability and composure of the shoes, and the also grippy outsole is excellent to help you escape from a ball on foot if you are skating or keep you in the upright position during a wet day while taking a walk. Speaking of a wet day, as you may expect, these are not waterproof at all or suitable for any cold season or rainy day unless a sudden summer rain caught you by surprise. On the other hand, if you don't do skate tricks all day, these will last you quite some time riding them around pump tracks or on a cruiser or longboard commuting, or just having fun taking a ride or dancing. And speaking of commuting, are these suitable as walking daily drivers? Yes, you can daily drive these all summer long because they are lightweight and comfortable. But if you do not like flat shoes because these do not feature any arch support, you may feel your arches a bit stretched at the end of the day, but if you're used to flat beds, you have my blessing. And because these feature a lower cut than the usual kicks, they make it easy to get them on and off, so here's an extra pointer. I will also give them extra points for the two stickers included in the box, one classic one with the VANS off-the-wall logo in blue, and the other special yellow Mooneye one that only comes with this special edition, perfectly matching the shoe's color theme. Okay, let's draw conclusions. If you're asking how do these fit on foot, well, that's a great question. Glad you asked, because they are largely reported as true to size. We have found that the midsole is a bit rigid during first tries, but these break in fast and become more malleable. A large portion of buyers reported them as not needing a break-in period, but that really depends on the owner's type of foot. What they also could be largely reported to be is dirty, because all Authentics attract stains, and if you're the kind of fella that likes their kicks in sparkly condition, these surely are not for you, as these will collect permanent memories from any place you will go, and at the end of the summer you will be able to look back in time just by looking down at your feet. On the bright side, these are cheap sneakers with a limited lifespan that work with any wardrobe, and that would be replaced maybe with a different color for the next season. I think that will be the silver lining as a daily wear. Considering that you can find a pair for as low as $20 US, we have no reason to complain, as these are above anything in this price range and sometimes even above that, and also we have to keep in mind that they're a piece of history. Sure, they have been tweaked a few times since '66, but they're still the first ever VANS sneakers. They are very popular and in style today as they have ever been since their release, and they will probably still be in the future. Even though these shoes resonate loudly through skateboarding culture as well as hip-hop, punk rock and other styles, they also set their stage for brands like Supreme, Disney or Kenzo to provide cosigns, further increasing their popularity and confirming their spot in history. So, what are your experiences so far wearing the classic Authentics, Anaheim Factory Editions or Vault ones? You can write them stories below. As for me, see you in the next one.
I give you sneakers.
I have really enjoyed this one, and if you did too, consider subscribing to join us in our future endeavors. And in the meantime, I will wear these till I beat the VANS out of them.